Hello, I'm here on Alloy Day 22 at the Experimental Sound Studio in Chicago. I'm Shion Costello. This is the Alloy Prepared Piano Project. I am going to be working primarily on organizing all of my things, so just working on inventory of all the objects I use for this project, working on containers for storing them and sorting them, working on having things ready to go for different pieces, different projects that I have. For example, I started with this more recently. It says Opus 10 number 4, Opus 10-4. It's Opus 10 number 4 of the Chopin Etudes, and just having that separate container for each piece that you're working on is really helpful, I find, to easily access and then re-prepare something you've done in the past. And then to remember too, just so you don't have to memorize everything all the time. This is something I've always had for the John Cage sonatas and interludes for prepared piano. It's a lower half of those preparations, and this is the upper half. You know, just things like this are really nice and easy to keep things organized that way. So instead of things like this is what a lot of stuff is right now. That is not what I want. So I want to make things just more organized on that front, but also related on a related level to figure out how to make all of these prepared piano experiments more feasible for live performance. So a lot of this stuff is taking, hours to set up and, 5 to 30 minutes to break down, 5 to 15, I should say. It doesn't take too much time to break down, but the setup and just doing that quickly enough and then playing is not practical for live experiences if it's going to take more than 5 to 10 minutes, I'd say. So I'm trying to work on how to do that especially for the Chopin etudes. I have numbers 1 through 7 of the 12 etudes with prepared piano setups, and the time it takes to set up each one is probably between 10 minutes and an hour. And I want to find a way to make that time much, much shorter. And I think I can. I just have to be organized and think it through. So that's very related in my mind to the storage of all of my materials too. So how quickly I can access things, and that saves a lot of time. So those are the main issues. Time efficiency for the Chopin Etudes project and my general inventory. I will start today with Chopin Etudes Opus 10 1, 2, and 3 as a set, just those first 3 with these goals in mind. 1 is right around here, and then number 2 is right around here, and then number 3 is right around here. And I say that in sort of like a Venn diagram kind of way because each etude is sharing different materials. So, okay, this first set of preparations for Opus 10 number 1 took me 15 minutes, 33 seconds. Important little change to this spot here. I used to put it on the C to wrap it around the C, but because I have to prepare way more of these rubbers on all of these single string notes down here for the Opus 10 number 2, I'm actually going to start it off a little to the left. It would have been wrapped around this note. It would have been going under this string here, but instead I put it under this string. Change I made in this register, C, E flat, E natural, and F. I used the cup hook screws that I got recently and tightened them all the way so it's almost like a hybrid of a bolt and a screw to match the same notes of the middle. Here's the Chopin Etude Opus 10 number 2. It took me 28 minutes to set up. Couple changes. I went all the way up to C, down to F sharp. All right, I've consolidated everything for the first 3 etudes into this right here. Okay, that wraps up the Alloy Day, I believe 22. It was really great to work on the Chopin Etudes Opus 1 through 3. Right at the end, I especially, had some good bigger accomplishments with preparing and breaking down with speed and efficiency. A big reason was having everything into separate bags already and already basically prepped, like having the materials ready, kind of like if you were cooking something and you had everything already, cut and measured out for you. This is a pretty good accomplishment for today, bringing it down to 7 minutes to prepare for the Etude Opus 10 number 1 and 12 minutes for Opus 10 number 2. So I think it would be even faster when I have more materials and sort of like designated materials to each of these Etude setups so that I can eventually perform them as a set. In a reasonable amount of time for a listener. So this is a really interesting day. It was actually pretty grueling, if I have to be honest, because like working for speed and efficiency can sometimes be pretty tough because the stopwatch doesn't lie. And I'm just trying to sort of memorize and move efficiently and memorize everything and just be tactful for what I can transfer from one setup to the other. And all those things take a lot of mental and physical energy. So it was a pretty exhausting day in a good way. And I learned a lot. And I can't wait to continue this project. And thank you for watching. Have a great day or night.